Yeah, barbers, cosmetologists, hair industry professionals, and all others who support. Welcome to the hottest podcast in the barber and beauty industry, the Clipped Podcast. I'm your host, Prince the Fit Barber, with my co-host Tank B Choppin, and today we got a very special guest, special to the whole barber industry, but very important and special for me to have him on the show today. My boy 360 Jeezy. What up, Jeezy?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
But first, man, I gotta give you some flowers. I gotta give you some props here, man. All jokes aside, all podcasting aside, man. Yo, I came home from prison 6 years ago with absolutely nothing, and it wasn't my first time in there. I did an 8-year bid. I did a 5-year bid. I did from 14 till I was 21. I did my whole juvenile life in prison. And I couldn't find a way out. I couldn't find a way to not go back to prison. I couldn't find a way to stay out of trouble. I was born on the streets, never met my mother, father, auntie, cousin, sister, brother, none of that. I was taken from DCF at the fucking hospital, and I was always trying to figure my way to like live a better life, live a more productive life. Never did any crimes and shit because I thought they were cool. I did it to try to get out of the situations that I was in.
Right.
At 6 years ago, when I came home, just like as usual, when we come home, we have nothing. Instead of trying to go back to the same route, I got my barber license in the joint. And I still didn't know how to cut hair because we didn't really cut hair in there like that. So my man, I didn't have a place to go either. My man let me sleep in his barbershop basement. Not a finished basement with no shower and all that. A disgusting, dirty basement. And I had nothing. I sat there and I watched your videos, bro. I didn't know how to cut hair. I watched that 360. It's embedded in my head, bro. I watched the videos. I watched every single video you ever had, bro. Like I said, no glaze, and this is man to man, giving you your props and respect. Obviously, I had to do the work to get myself up out of that position. Now I own my own shop, one of the nicest shops in New England. I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce. You know, I'm a StyleCraft educator. Get back to the community, blah, 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 blah. And I had to do that on my own. But, bro, I'm telling you, you were a major part in that transition for me. I used to watch your videos while cutting hair that the clients wouldn't even know. So, bro, I just want to give you the flowers that you deserve, that you've earned yourself. But I just want to let you know, man to man, where I'm coming from, man. You are a vital part of my transition and my rise in the barber game, and I appreciate you, brother.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you.
You already know, bro. Tank, what was you going to say?
Nah, you was on one, but I just want to say,
Yeah, I had to get that out.
Jeezy, you can't come on here without hitting it. You gotta hit it one time.
I knew that you was gonna go that route. I don't even know what you're about to say right now. I just know you want me to sing the intro.
You got to.
Is that what you? Okay.
It's okay.
It's 360 Jeezy.
Hey, that's what's
go,
up.
my
Hey,
boy. Appreciate you. Hey, yo, Jeezy. So let the people know who you are for people that have been living under a rock and don't know who 360 Jeezy is. And also, what you got going on, man?
My name is 360 Jeezy. It's basically 360 Jeezy on all platforms but TikTok. Little kid has stole my 360 Jeezy. I need it back. But it's official 360 Jeezy on TikTok. Yeah, man. I started teaching people how to get waves. That's how I kind of got on YouTube. And then from there, you know, I was always cutting hair, so I started just showing my haircuts on YouTube, man, and it just took off from there. Like,
fire.
But the waves was what really. The waves is what really like.
That's what set it off.
Grew me. Yeah, it grew me to be able to think that, oh man, this YouTube stuff, I could do this.
Yeah. Right. So, yo, I'm a StyleCraft educator, man, and I see you got I'm gonna let you tell it. What you got going on with StyleCraft?
I got a Clipper collab with StyleCraft, man. They ended up. So how it happened is I went to CT Barber Expo. Me and my uncle went out there, flew out there just to experience the event. I wasn't with nobody. I just showed up to the event. You know what I mean? I was just chilling and stuff like that. And there was a person that I wanted to cut. He had hit me up on Instagram and he was like, "Man, can you cut my hair?" I was like, if you could find a place for where I could cut your hair at, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. So when I came down there, his name is Jay Cuts, I want to say. Jay Cuts with 2 Z's. Shout out to Jay Cuts.
Shout out Jay Cuts.
He ended up giving me some flowers. Like, he was really he was really genuine about it. Like, he ended up giving me some flowers. I've never received any flowers, no actual flowers from somebody before.
Actual flowers.
Yeah, so I told him, I was like, man, if you could find a place for me to cut your hair, that'd be all good. He like, all right, cool. He went straight to I think he asked a couple of people. He went to straight to StyleCraft booth, and StyleCraft was like, yeah. So shoot, he came back to me, hey, I got a place. I'm like, cool. So we went back to StyleCraft booth. They was like, you can't cut on our stage, but we can make a little area for you right here. So I'm like, all right, it's all good. You know what I mean? So
that was at the Vegas Expo?
CT
Okay.
CT Barber Expo.
CT Barber.
No, not CT Barber Expo. My bad.
Vegas?
LV.
Yeah. I remember,
LV Barber Expo. My bad. Jackie, my
That was
bad.
like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. It was like 3 years ago.
That was the first time I met you in person, Tank.
Yeah. I think I seen him cutting at the stop.
Yeah. That's how I met you. It was that one. Yep.
Yeah, so I guess they saw like the crowd that I brought while I was cutting, and I was like, man, dang, because it wasn't looking like that before I came. You know what I mean? So after that event, dude named Rico, he's a guy that, you know him?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so he comes to my shop all the time with his truck, you know what I mean, and sells us supplies and stuff like that. Okay. He was telling me that he's with StyleCraft at first.
Yeah, I heard you didn't believe him.
Coming. I did not believe him. I was kind of brushing him off like, yeah. Everybody want to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? You trying to be some StyleCraft, okay? So
Rico's that guy.
Yeah. So he kept every time he came, hey, I need to talk to you. And it was just this one time after that LV Barber Expo, he was like, nah, I need to talk to you. You got some time out? We can talk to you. I was like, all right, I'll give you some time. You know what I mean? I talked to him outside. He was like, man, we really need to work with you. We really want to work with you, want to collab, whatever it is what we got to do. I'm like, man, the only thing is like, I don't want my voice to be gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be able to not talk about a certain clipper. I like, that's the reason why I don't really be ambassadors for people like that, because if you're an ambassador, you stuck not to diss anybody that's doing it. For me and my platform, I just felt like my voice means everything. So if I can't talk about a certain clipper that comes out, and if I only have to speak about yours, that's kind of dinging who I am as far as like a person that like reviews clippers and stuff like that. So when I told that to him, he was like, you don't have to worry about that. You could talk about any clipper you want. We just want to collab with you. I said, say no more. Say no more. You know what I mean?
He was right
Anybody else would have tried to, nah, you can't, you gotta own it.
They tried to lock you down.
You know what I mean? So once we agreed to that, it was up from there. So
is this gonna be it with the clipper, or can we look forward to a Jeezy trimmer and foil shaver? Because I'm gonna need the whole set.
Yeah, that's in the works too. We talking about it. The deal ain't been done yet, but it's definitely something that I want to do.
Y'all heard it. Wait for it. All right, appreciate you, Jeezy. All right, so Tank, you already know, man. It's Tank's take every time on the clip. Go first. What you got for us this week, Tank?
All right, man. So check it out, man. Here on Tank's Take, you know what I'm saying? We like to be a little controversial. We like to talk about a little bit of things in the barber industry. And y'all know as well as I know that we've all had these clients that kind of annoy us, right? Like, for whatever the case may be, they may just show up late. They may not tip at all ever, but want the most done, you know what I'm saying? Or they just not coming in at all. They no showing. So what I want to talk to y'all about, or I want to ask y'all is, how do y'all go about firing a client? What does the client have to do for y'all to fire them? And then what do y'all actually tell the client when it's time to fire the client?
Okay. Who you going with first?
Yeah, let's let 360 talk, man.
Let's go.
I block him on my Booksy, honestly. So I had this one dude that, this is the worst experience ever. He was balding, he was thinning, everything. I mean, I think he wanted a taper, but he was balding, thinning and everything, and he had a bunch of grease in his hair. Matter of fact, he had so much grease in his hair that the hair was acting as the grease. So I was like, hey bro, can we wash your hair? Like I cut him twice already. The third time he came, I had to stand my ground on this one.
It was greasy all 3 times?
It was greasy all 3 times. This is something that when I seen him, I was like, this time I'm sticking up for myself. I'm standing up for myself. I'm like, I'm not cutting your hair. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to mess up my clippers. So he came in with the grease in his hair, I'm like, hey, bro, I gotta wash your hair. He like, what? No. I want it. I want it. I need it like this. I want it cut like this. And I'm like, bro, I can't use my clippers. I can't use my clippers on your head, bro. You're not about to mess up my clippers. He was like, I got my clippers in my car.
What?
What kind of clippers he had? Jeezy?
Bro, he had some Masters that was beat up. I mean, it was the cordless Masters, but them cordless Masters was beat up. It wasn't zero gap. He had some Andis T outliner, the cordless Andis T outliner. Wasn't hidden like that.
So he was finna let you cut his hair with his clippers. Did you try to cut his hair with his clippers? You did.
I did.
Okay.
It was the worst
at least you ain't messed up
experience.
yours.
It was the worst experience ever.
Wow.
The clippers wasn't cutting him. I tried to show the clippers not cutting him. He was like, hey, can you take it down right here? Can you take it down? I'm cutting grease, bro.
Yeah.
I'm cutting grease. I'm not cutting hair. Now, I kid you not. Y'all may be laughing and thinking that, no, I'm serious. He had grease for
I
hair.
them type of clients. I'm with you.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't even hair. It was the grease. It was the grease that he wanted me to cut.
Then
that
he
was
came
crazy.
with that. I already know what kind of guy he is, coming with his own clippers and trimmers.
Yeah.
He got that much head up there, head full of grease, a little bit that is up there. I already know he was a hard guy to deal with.
So what exactly did you do? Did you just like after that haircut, you just blocked him, or did you?
Nah. So after a while, he wasn't listening to me. I was in the mirror showing him it's not cutting, bro.
Yeah.
So after he was saying take a little bit down, he was nitpicking the whole thing. I just let him nitpick. I was looking at the time. All right, nitpick, and once that time was up, all right, bro, I gotta let you go.
Yeah,
you gotta go. Yeah, I got my next client waiting right here. He wasn't satisfied with the cut. He was looking like he was debating on giving me the money.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Yo, off the Tank's topic, because you said that. Have you had a bunch of people not be sad? Because you 360Jeezy, man. We're assuming everybody happy to get a cut from 360Jeezy. Have you had that before, where clients be like little picky and not really satisfied?
Yeah, I was on Instagram Live, not Instagram, TikTok Live the other day. And it be the difficult clients that don't be satisfied. I mean, y'all could tell he wasn't really satisfied. You know what I mean? Because he was like, "Can you take it down right here?" So he had long hair, and he didn't want anything cut off the top, but he wanted a fade. But
it was like straight hair.
Yeah, but he wanted, like, if I kept the bulk on the sides a little bit so it could rest on it.
I already know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? And he wanted that bulk removed, and I'm like, bro, that's gonna look crazy if I gotta cut some off the top in order for it to lay right. He like, nah, it's good. Don't do nothing. It's cool. But I could tell he wasn't really satisfied with
when they
the
want you to do something that you know is not gonna look right, and they think that it is gonna look right. Like, who's the barber? Me or you?
Right.
It be like that, man. It be like that.
Facts. Let me see. My take. Have I?
Yeah. What you doing, Prince? You just gonna block them like 360?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like a specific client that I've had to do this, because for a while now, honestly, I ain't had to do that with nobody, because I really just cut the same damn people all the time. Like, I really don't be even getting too many new people, and when I do, they actually are satisfied.
They're happy with it. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, I want to think of a specific, because I definitely have, and I'm trying to think. But now that I got Squire, it's easy as hell, bro. I just block them. But I got one, bro.
Go ahead, talk to him.
Yeah, so this dude be smelling. Yo, I feel bad that I had to block this dude too, man, because he comes all the time, right? And so when they first started coming to me, you always smell body odor, like super body odor. And I'd be tight. You see my shop tank is huge. And the whole shop would be stinking. And I'd have to open the door and everything and air it all out after. So I got tight. Like the first time I didn't say nothing. And then I just washed the cape after. And then the second time I didn't say nothing. And then the third time he actually didn't stink no more. And I think he got the vibes from how I was moving with him from the first two times, you feel me?
Yeah.
I was like a little off put, and I think he could tell. So I think he even said something like, the stuff I eat, he was explaining himself the third time. And this time he didn't stink, you feel me? So I know he felt the vibes, but he didn't stink this time. And then like 3 or 4 times after that, he didn't stink. So I was like, all right, we good now. But then like maybe 8th, 9th time, he started stinking every time again. And he was one of them picky ones telling me to do stuff with his mustache that ain't make no sense. Like, but I was doing it anyway. He even had a name for it, bro. He was calling it the procedure. So when he would come in, he was like, "You ready for the procedure?"
Oh, because he know he's finna be there for a minute messing with it.
I'm like, bro, this dude got a name for his cut, the procedure. So anyway, he started stinking again. So then I had to block them. But one thing about Squire though, if you block somebody, I guess it's probably with all booking apps because the booking app is not a human, it's not gonna know. All you gotta really do is just
Make
change
another-
something in your name.
Yeah.
So it's, let's say it was like, this is not his name, I'm just gonna make up a name, Brandon Johnson. The next way, after I blocked him, he will put B Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So it would still go through. So then he ended up coming back again. But then what did I do? I think I did when I seen it and I seen the B Johnson, what he switched it to, I just canceled it, bro. And then like people fill up my schedule fast. So once I canceled it, somebody else booked. And then he couldn't get in there, but he came to the shop. And then I was like, yo, bro, I don't know what happened. I blamed it on the app. I was just like, yo, I don't know what happened, bro.
Hey, you know, that's
I
funny.
ain't controlling the app now. I just blamed it on the app, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happened. I definitely had to fire his ass. And I did that twice. He set up for like a next week, and I did it again, and then blamed the app again, and then he just left me alone after that.
So I want to know is like what else do these clients have to do to get fired, right? Like I know, like Jeezy said, the dude had grease for hair. Basically, you said this man stink. Like, are those the only reasons y'all firing clients? What are some other reasons y'all would go about firing some clients?
Now, I have a client that's extra picky. He takes my trimmers even after the cut. And
oh my goodness.
I want to block him so bad, but
he gonna watch this. He gonna already know.
No. I honestly don't care if he do.
I bet you he knows who he is. He might. Yeah, he knows what he be doing. He about to see this.
He said, "I hope he sees this."
That's great for me. That's great for me.
Like, damn, I know he felt like that.
He do too much. Even with his mustache, he want me to razor line it. I razor line it, but then he still want me to use the machine. How is the machine gonna get it lower than a razor?
That's what I was saying when you was telling your story. There's people that, bro, I feel like they're just like that. And I feel like they do it with everybody too. Like, doesn't matter how miraculous the cut is, like they're picky. They just need to be like that reel that everybody be doing. When dude be like, yo, can you fade this? And they turn the clipper backwards do it. And then he be like, oh, it's cool. Bro, there's mad people like that, man. It's good as hell.
So
how about you, Tay? You had to fire anybody?
I've had to fire a couple people. I've had one person I fired because he acted like he didn't see my price increase. Right, this was years ago too. Like back when I was charging 20, and I think I went up to like 25 or 30. At first, he chunked me the 30 or whatever, and then after that, he was like, oh, I'm gonna get you right now in a little bit when I leave. I said, all right, cool. And he was a long time client, so I ain't thinking nothing of it. But so then he shoot me the money later on in the day, and it'd be the lower price, right? And at first, I let it slide. I was like, you know what? Like maybe he messed up. Like it ain't no big deal. Maybe he's going through it. But then he kept doing that. So
hold on, why'd you let him keep cash apping you? Why'd you take the bread in the shop?
What I'm used to taking cash app, bro. Like people cash at me all the time. Like it's just easier for them, so I don't trip on it, right? So I was like, bro, what? Like he's gonna continue to do this, right? So I had to block that dude. And then I had another client who well, let me go back. I blocked him and then he started doing the same thing. He's like, bro, why can't I book with you? And I told him, like, man, the app just ain't working. It's the app. I did the same thing y'all did. I told him it was the app. And then I had another client. He was just really picky, bro, like really, really picky. And it came to the point where every time I would finish the haircut, he would be like, oh yeah, right here. Can you line this up? Can you do this right here? Hey, right here, I need you to take some off. And one day I just told him, I said, look, bro, like, I've been cutting your hair for about a year and I can never seem to get your haircut right. I think maybe you need to find a barber who can get your haircut right, because I can't do it. I can't be going over my 30-minute slots to accommodate all these little things that you want that I can't do. You just need to find you a barber that can do that for you, and it ain't me. Maybe you want to try one of these other barbers, or I don't know what to tell you. And,
How do you take it?
At first, he was like, oh, man, all right, yeah, that's cool. Bro went somewhere else and then ended up coming back, and he was like, bro, you know what? You still cut my hair the best that anyone has ever cut.
I knew it. And
it's like, bro, like, why you was giving me a hard time then? Yeah, exactly. You ain't never had a haircut this good.
He found out it was him and not you.
Yeah. So those are two reasons I've blocked clients or fired them. And then really the only other reason I block clients is if they playing with my time, bro. Like if they not showing up, they no calling, no showing up 10, 15 minutes late every time, now it's an issue. But if they do it once in a while, like I get it, things happen. Sometimes there's traffic, you know what I'm saying? They get a ticket, they got to go pick up their kids. So I'm not mad at that. But if it happens every week, every week, then now it's an issue. Now we're gonna have to talk about what's going on.
Nah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Valid answers. Yo, clients, I know barbers be watching the clip, but if you a client, come on, man, stop that picky stuff, man. We gonna fire you. Then you gonna have to find your way around, and they probably gonna circle right back. So chill. All right, so on the clip, we go segment for segment for segment. So next segment is mine, Prince's Pick. Today on Prince's Pick is it more beneficial for a barber to focus on one style of care, one style of hair, one texture of hair, or should he focus on all styles? When you're a beginning barber and you're coming up, what should you focus on? Should you master one skill and get money at that one skill and be successful at that one texture, that one style of hair, or is it more beneficial to keep trying different textures and be, try to be a master of all the textures and all the skills? Tank, what do you think, man?
Man, it's funny you say that because, like you were saying earlier, D posted this, Cold Cuts posted this, Jay posted this, and then I actually made a post about this also. So so I understand what D and Cold Cuts was saying, that if you master one technique and you market it, you can get booked with using that technique, right? I get it, or cutting that style of haircuts, whatever. But the way I see it is, I'm trying to think of a lot of the newer barbers coming in the game. Like, I'm trying to help them out, right? So the way I feel is, you should have enough knowledge to be able to do all the different styles of haircuts. That way you don't limit yourself when clients are coming in the shop, right? As a new barber, you don't know who is coming in the shop yet. You don't know what style of haircuts are coming into the shop yet. So I think you should be able to do all the cuts. I'm not saying you gotta be able to master every single haircut coming into the barbershop, but I think starting off, you should be able to do everything, because like I said, you're gonna have these different clients coming in. Some may have waves, some may wanna get the Edgar haircuts, some may wanna get the low haircuts, the buzz cuts. So you kinda gotta know how to do all these. Some may want scissor cuts. So like I said, you kinda have to have a little bit of knowledge to be able to do it. But like I said, I do understand that some haircuts you're gonna be better at, and that's cool, and that's probably gonna be your main clientele that's coming in.
And that's what I was about to say on what you're saying. So if you actually master one, don't you think like Jeezy was doing waves at first, and then he probably got a lot of wave clients. So it's like, once you master that one and you start posting that one texture all the time, and you start getting booked,
you're gonna get more of them.
Yeah, you're gonna keep getting more and more and more. So you're probably not even gonna get to dibble and dabble in all the other ones. So do you think that at first they should automatically not focus on one so that they can do that? Because then they'll never even. I won't say they never even. People can do whatever. But what I'm saying is, do you think they'll ever be able to master one if they start out doing that and just doing all textures and? Because if you start out with the one, you'll be able to master it quicker. But if you don't and you keep your options open, do you think they'll still be able to master? Do you think someone can master all textures?
I don't think someone can specifically master all textures, because, well, I mean, I guess you can. There's some barbers who are good at everything.
There's phenomenal people.
There's some who are good at everything.
That would be harder, don't you think?
It would be harder, but I think for some people, man, like, some people are just really gifted. Like, there's a lot of barbers coming out, new barbers coming out now that they're coming out of barber school, bro, like putting out fire ass haircuts, cuts I haven't seen barbers do that've been in the shop for 10 years, and they're barely getting to that level. So I think they can master all of them, but me personally, like, speaking on me, I was good at doing tapers when I first started cutting hair, right? I was just good at tapers. That was just easy for me. Obviously, I learned how to do other things by being in the shop, but I still like to go to tapers. That's my, like, if I could do haircuts all day, I'm doing 2 in tapers, 3 in tapers, low cuts and tapers, because that's what I like to do. But I wouldn't say that I've mastered all these haircuts, but I can do all the other haircuts at a high level, and that's from me wanting to get those clients in the chair, wanting to open up my skill level and get them people in to make more money. But that's just my thoughts, right? Like, everyone has their own opinion.
And that's why I asked, because so where I'm from, I'll just put my take in now. Where I'm from, like, it's so diverse here that it's crazy. It's a hood, but it's like how like LA, they have hoods, and then right down the street is a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
A suburb or something. So that's like kind of what my city is. Like, there's a bad neighborhood next to a bad street. This street's bad, this street's good. This street's bad, this street's good. You know what I'm saying? So I get everybody. And then being me, which I don't stop, hustling and running around, been on the news and all that, the newspaper, so everybody really rocks with me. So I get everybody. And I could tell you that, like same like you, I'm doing all the cuts, all the different textures. I can use my shears. I got $2,500 shears. I can do all the cuts at a high level. But can't even really think of anybody right now, but I see other people where I see other people that only do like certain. I see that mastering that certain, and I kind of think, should I have went that route? Because it's kind of like hard to juggle all these different textures all the time, and I don't feel like I'm actually mastering it. Even though I'm giving them a great cut, I don't feel like I'm actually like I don't feel like I'm getting to what's kid name with the scissors from UK? Josh O.P.
Josh
I
O.P.
don't think I'm on Josh O.P. level with the shears.
Oh, yeah, I'm not
I don't think
either.
I'm on Los Cut It level with the designs, and I don't think I'm on Jeezy's level with the waves. But I will give you a miraculous cut using my shears. I will give you a great design, and I will fucking have your waves spinning. But I just don't feel like I'm fucking 100% match. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeezy. So what you think, man? Because you started off with the wave game. Do you deal with a lot of textures, or you just deal with waves?
Yeah, no, I deal with a lot of textures, but I would say master one thing. I would say that because I feel as though I'm the leading barber when it comes to waves. Like because I had waves, it was more I knew what I want and I knew what would make like other people, you know what I mean? Because like barbers cutting waves, it was just horror stories. That's all I was hearing was horror stories.
Real.
And all of them was asking me like, how did I cut my hair? Like how you cut your hair? So like I started with waves, like doing wave tutorials and self cuts. So people really like, I noticed that there was like a demographic of wavers that like wanted to know, like they wanted to know how to get their haircuts to look like mine. You know what I'm saying? Because they seen my waves progress and it's like, how is he getting his waves to progress like that? So then I started doing like tutorials on what you should tell your barber. And that's why a lot of barbers probably got a lot of waivers saying, hey, Jeezy said, you know what I'm saying? They probably
I feel
hate
like
me.
that's why. Remember when dudes used to do the wave check on YouTube and all that and Instagram?
Right.
Use, like the whole crowd of young kids and they all do the wave check. I feel like that's why they all know you, even though they don't cut hair, even though they're not barbers, because that wave check era was crazy.
Yeah, you just type in wave and 360 will pop up.
Yeah,
exactly,
so I mean,
exactly.
I cut a lot of waivers, and I just mastered the technique of cutting waivers, like what waivers want. I was a waiver, so I know what waivers want. They want their haircut in the front a little lower than everything else because when we would be brushing, you know, we don't want the hair to overhang after the cut. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that where I just honed in on like knowing how to cut a waiver because I was a waiver. So that was my benefit.
Before you started like really locking in on really focusing on cutting waivers, you said you did like a lot of different textures, right?
No. So I was only cutting African Americans, right?
Okay, so you started
before
that
I went to school.
All right, cool.
I always felt like when I went to school, I was feeling like, yes, I get to learn how to do these other textures, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't really teach me that. I didn't really start learning how to cut hair until George, Memo, Arlen, all of them came to the shop and started working with me. So for a whole 2 years when I was in the shop by myself, I didn't know how to do straight hair. I was dang near butchering every straight hair that I did. I would get the fade right, but the top, mangled. I didn't know what I was doing.
Nah, it's rough. Them different textures of hair is rough, and all that shear work is rough. But it's like I look at people that have one demographic, and sometimes I envy them because I be like, man, they're locked in so much on that one demographic, and like they just are able to just master it. Like I feel like I'm like Tank said, like I can do it at an elite level all hair, but I really sometimes wish I just had that one demographic. But honestly, now I think that is my niche is everybody because I'm just like an everybody guy. So like it works for me, but sometimes I'm envious of the guys that just have that one niche and they can just keep posting it and keep getting that because I feel like, it makes your job easier because now you're like mastered that one thing. It's like, and every single cut is going to be the same. Like I'll cut somebody with waves and then the next guy's coming in with, he wants the broccoli haircut with, the taper and all this other. So now I got to switch my whole game up and boom, boom, boom and cater to him. And then the guy after that's just going to want a taper with a 4. All right, we're getting a little easier. Then now the next one, he just wants an inch all around, no lineup. Now you got to wet and part and do your parting and all that and layer it. And so it's like, it kind of make my job a little harder that way instead of just doing the same haircut all damn day.
So
Right.
I got a question real quick though. I'm still on this topic though. So Jeezy, you wouldn't get bored just cutting waivers, just out of curiosity?
I
Nah.
don't
Nah.
think. Yeah,
He
I
said
don't
hell
see it.
nah.
So
Yeah, I don't see it.
nah, because
Well, because I guess you do like different types of haircuts with the waves. You know what I'm saying? So
right. And I mean, yeah, but in a sense,
not really.
it's the same. It's the same thing.
Yo, have you ever, cause I'm at like your beginning, like you said, you were locked in and you were the guy to go to for the waves. And like you said, they were getting jacked up. I've jacked up waves before. Like them bumps and then you you put a little ball spot. Like, have that ever happened to you? Ever jacked up somebody's waves?
Nah.
Oh yeah.
Not a
It's been
waiver.
official from the start.
you know what's crazy, bro?
I messed myself up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I had a lot of times
okay,
messing
makes
myself
perfect
up
sense.
to when,
Makes perfect
when
sense.
I get to somebody else, wave wise,
And
that's
with the waves,
that,
you honestly only mess up once, because I still remember the guy that I did it to, gave him the ball spot, and I've never jacked up nobody else's wave after that, because I knew what I did. You know what I'm saying? And then that was it. So yeah, if you did it to yourself, it makes sense.
You know what's crazy, bro, is when I was cutting hair in barber school, I have a group of homeboys, you know what I'm saying? Some of my homies, that was black, African American, and they see me cutting hair, and they're like, "What's up? Can you cut my hair?" Because we gotta ask the Mexican if he knows how to cut black people hair. That's just what it is, right? That's how it is. So I was like, "Yeah, I got you, bro." And I kind of knew, but not really. I knew I had to cut with the grain, whatever. So my boy had waves. He's like, "Yeah, give me a 1.5 with the grain." I'm like, "All right, cool." I put the 1.5 on the clipper. I went with the grain. He's like, "Go a little lower." I was using the detachables, bro. I used a 1A blade with the grain on his waves and pat. See, Jeezy already knew. He's like, "Damn it, Tank, you messed up."
That's what I did. I didn't know. That's what I
didn't know.
the blade though. You
Yes,
used the
bro.
blade.
That's how I jacked that dude
Bro,
up.
and once I did that, I was like, all right, I can never do that again. Never. And to this day, I've never done that again because I
you
learned.
only do it once.
I mean, I fixed him up. I had to go lower than what he wanted, but I fixed it up. But
he was tight, huh?
Nah, like I said, it was a
Them
homie.
waivers be tight.
He wasn't even too mad, bro. He just kept brushing. He's like, "It's all right, man. It'll grow back." He was
He was cool.
He was a good homie about it. Yeah,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But
Cool, that kid I jacked up, boy. He made me want to quit cutting hair. Bro.
Waivers. That's because y'all probably don't understand like the time and effort that a waiver puts in. Like we really go home and brush our waves for an hour, like every day. Some of us do it for 2-3 hours a day, just brushing our hair. So when we go to the barber and you cut us lower, that's setting us back like a month. You know what I'm saying? We gotta wait for our hair to grow back. We gotta keep brushing. Like that's why waivers is so critical on each little thing. Like we don't even really want that much if you really think about it. We want all we care about. You could give us a BS taper. It don't have to look. The taper don't have to look good at all. Just cut us down, cut off the frizz, and do a crispy line. That's it. That's all we are so. You may think we're picky, but we really not.
Yeah. But it's really just they just nervous on getting them waves cut too short.
Yeah, you just
makes sense.
It's really not that deep. It's really not that deep.
Dropping game right now.
I'm glad that was the topic. So we got that great information and feedback from Tank and 360Jeezy. We're going to move right on to the last segment of the clip, and that's Shop Talk. So Shop Talk is a segment where we just talk about whatever gossip's going on in the world, whatever is being talked about in other barbershops all around the world. So we all know what we're talking about this week in the barbershop, the Super Bowl halftime performance. What y'all think about the Super Bowl halftime performance? Tank, what you think about that, man? What's going on in your mind about the halftime performance?
We was actually talking about that today at the shop, man. Like some of the guys at the shop were saying that it was the worst halftime performance they've ever seen. I wouldn't say it's the worst. I wouldn't say it's the best. I think it was a good halftime performance, and I think it was funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it was funny. I laughed, saw the small A on his chain. I thought that was funny.
The way he looked at the camera.
Hold on. Now that I think about it, one thing I do want to bring up, I forgot until right now.
Okay.
How do y'all feel about Kendrick wearing them bell bottoms?
I just answer it since you asked, because I was gonna say that in my take too.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the things that I liked it because I like the fact. So I like the fact that he used the biggest stage in the world to do this. You know what I'm saying? So those, if you know about the history of black folks, man, in the revolution, at that time when people was trying to start the revolution, that's what was in style. The bell bottoms were in style at that time. So he was just detailed with it. That, like, you know what I'm saying? He wore that because he's on some revolutionary shit, and he went back to the top. So the detail, it was the detail for me. I appreciated that.
I feel as though that there were stacks.
Let's go.
I feel that they were stacks.
But yours don't look like how his look, bro. Like
Jeezy just got the modern version, but yeah. That's
hold on. Let me see. It's the stacks though. These,
facts.
I mean, his was a little wider, but
that's
it's still on trend.
His was a lot wider.
And a lot of people laughing and joking about that, but their pants be looking crazy. Like all the new pants look crazier than that.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's been some crazy shit we've seen in you know what I'm saying?
Like they got bell-bottom joggers now.
I'm just saying, when I seen it, I was like, at first I was like, maybe he's wearing boot cut. You know, maybe he's got some boot cut jeans on, and they just look kind of tight, and they flared out. It looked kind of like some jeans my girl done bought. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm hating.
Remember in the 60s, that's what he was doing. He was bringing back to basically the 60s and stuff was the revolutionary time. In the 60s, that's what they was wearing. All the pimps wore bell bottoms. Like the cool dudes wore bell bottoms, the fly guys wore bell bottoms. So it was the message for me that was fly. And then as far as like the rest of it, all of it, like I like that he just used the biggest stage in the world to do this. Like the bell bottoms, the way he made the flag, like all the stuff that we already know. I don't want to just sit here and split the whole message. TikTok, everything you scroll on TikTok, somebody trying to explain the message. So we know the message, we get it, and I'm appreciative of it. Like it's dope, and it's dope that he used the biggest stage. Now, granted, we are always used to somebody performing and showing out and entertaining us, but that is also his message. Like, that's why it's even more dope, because his message is also that, like, that's all y'all want is to be entertained all the time instead of educated. Like, you feel me? Like, y'all don't want to hear no truth. Y'all just want to see Sexy Red up here shaking ass or something, or Lil Wayne half high on everything, you know what I'm saying? That's what y'all want, like, and that's not what you getting today. You getting some facts today, you know what I'm saying? So I fuck with it. But Jeezy, what you thought about it? You liked it? You thought it was cool?
I thought it was a great performance. I thought it was a great halftime show. For everybody out there hating on it, what did you expect him to do?
Exactly.
What more did you want from Kendrick Lamar?
I think
bro, you wanted him to start dancing? What do we? Nah, he's a rapper. I got other people to dance for me.
Exactly. And everybody else was going ham dancing in the background. That's like if I told my client today, because he was like, nah, it's corny, it was boring. I was like, bro, that's like if they put Talib Kweli, I know I'm dating myself and shit, but like Talib Kweli or Common, you know what I'm saying? Like if one of them would have did the halftime show, it would have been like that. They would have been dancing and all this dumb shit. Almost deaf or something.
That's what I was trying to tell the people at the shop, bro. Like it's not Usher, you know, it's not Rihanna, it's not Shakira, it's not J-Lo,
Chris Brown.
It's Kendrick. Yeah, it's Kendrick. Like he went up there and he rapped and he did his job. But my thing, y'all didn't think it was funny how he did that? You know, he came at Drake.
Now that's epic. I love all that.
I feel like he was supposed to do that. I feel like he was supposed to do that.
Yo, listen,
he did it good with the teasers too.
I live by the 48 laws of power, man, and one of the 40, I think it's like the 45th law, is crush your enemy totally. Like, don't stop, bro. Keep your foot on his neck while he down. Like, don't give up, let up, none of that shit. Make sure he don't ever play with you again. So I love it. The fact that he been already destroyed him, we already know that. Then he won some Grammys. And then he just still ain't stopping. He looking all in the camera. He wearing
diabolical.
Beat him down. Beat him down, sucker.
Yeah.
Word. What'd you think about that, Jeezy?
I like the so all of what I experienced. The reason why I like it so much because I'm from California. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they had the dreads, the white T-shirts, the blue jeans, the Nikes. That's what we did in like. 20, what is it, 04, 03, 02, you know what I'm saying? That's how we looked back then. So it was like to see that he's repping that, and then everybody was just like on the
vibing with it,
surrounding him on that pole. That to me, I turned my bass up, I turned my
Yeah, let's
music
go.
up in my office, and I was
Hey.
me and my son, we was just jamming to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
what's up.
for me, this whole the whole diss, the whole kind of underlying message, he even dissed Donald Trump in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
sort of dissed Donald Trump in there. Like really pay attention to the message.
Yeah, exactly. Nah,
Yeah,
that was
man.
fire. What y'all think
He-
about Serena Crip? Like that, like this might be a little more like serious, a little dark, but you know, her sister got killed by Crip, whatever. What you think about her Crip walking and shit?
Nah, she did what she was supposed to do too.
That's
Don't
what I
talk
said.
about
Like
my
she's from
husband.
Compton, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
But-
if, like I'm a New York Knicks fan, and that's like if or I'm from New England. I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm a Giants fan. But if I was a New England fan and Aaron Hernandez happened to do a drive-by in our neighborhood and he hit one of my mans or family members, that don't mean I'm gonna stop being a New England Patriots fan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm stop wearing the jerseys and shit like that. She's from Compton. Like they Crip walk out there.
With her, it's a little different. It's a little deeper than that because
It's the Drake thing.
Yeah,
right?
Drake had beef.
Yeah, it's the
You know
Drake
what I'm
thing.
saying?
Yeah.
I think
Drake
that's why
dissed
he had
her
her
husband. I heard that they was dating. Like
Right.
it's a whole reason why she looked into the camera, Crip walking like she did.
Yeah.
She was practicing.
Yeah. So y'all don't think she was wrong at all for it?
No, she did what she was supposed to do. If it was me, Drake dissed me, I'm all this. All this in the camera. Like,
Hey, it was very shocking, and what I mean by that is like, you know, I'm watching it with my family. I got my girl, you know, my kids, and once Serena popped up doing that, bro, my girl like lost it. She's like, bro, that's crazy, because you know we all know she used to date with Drake, and she all know the situation. I think like that, I didn't expect that. I don't think anybody expected that. So when that happened, I think everyone was like, bro, this boy Kendrick is just diabolical, bro.
I'm telling you, my son, when I seen her, I said, I did this. It's over. It's over. I slid down in the chair like, dang, it's a wrap.
I feel you. Yo, put your thoughts in the comments. What y'all think, man? Y'all think she was wrong? Y'all think Kendrick was corny? Like, what do you think, man? Put it in the comments. Let us know what you think on the clip. Yo, we gonna wrap it up with something positive, as I usually do. Now, today's positive takeaway is don't stop chasing your dreams. As you see, like I said in the beginning, you know, I started with nothing. I came home with absolutely nothing. People in my predicament usually don't make it halfway to where I am or where I'm going, not to gas myself up, but you know, we don't make it that far when you have my start. And I am where I'm at, and I learned cutting hair from 360Jeezy, and now I got a podcast with him on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything can happen, no matter what you've been through, no matter what is going on in your life, man. You gotta lock in, you gotta focus, you gotta believe in yourself, believe in God, and believe in yourself, and you can make those dreams happen. Don't let nobody naysay you. Don't let nobody discourage you. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do the things you want to do if you know you have the ability to do them. And here on the clip, we love y'all, and we out. Love, peace, and hair grease.